All right, hey, Behind the Hypers, Bill Hugel here. Now, today I'm going to be sitting down with James Sides, and he is the creator of Penny Clicks Academy. Now, we're going to jump straight into the interview. I'm going to go through a review video, which I'll post tomorrow. Today, this is just the interview with James Sides. I still have to go through the review process to show you what I think about it, to show you the members area, to let you know. But this video is about James Sides, and more or less the whole point of Penny Clicks Academy. Now, one of the cool things, before I dive in, and he'll mention it, is that they didn't do this with their own results. And that's what makes this very special, and all the info and proof and stuff you're going to see on launch day and throughout the course. These were done with their customers' results. This was, anyways, James will explain it, but this is not their results. This is results done by customers and students that are receiving the exact same content you're going to. Now, anyways, this is a really good interview. I wouldn't have sat down with him and spent the afternoon with him if I didn't think that it was a good one. So I'm gonna dive in right after this video intro, and we're just gonna go. And it's a good interview. I hope you enjoy it. But pay attention tomorrow, because I'm gonna do another video where I show you exactly what to expect inside the members area. And yeah, welcome to Behind the Hype. Enjoy the video. Later. Hey guys, I'm sitting down with James Sides today. This guy is, well, I want to call him a legend in the internet marketing community, just because I remember way back in the day on a forum that he was telling me how I needed to do shit differently. And anyways, turned out he owned that place, so it was really cool. But he's been doing this for a really, really long time. And he's got an awesome course coming out with a good friend of mine, Stephen Gilbert. And who else is on there, James?
Sam Finley.
Sam Finley. So we're going to talk to James about all this wonderful good stuff, talk about why it matters to you, hear a little bit about James, and then get going to it. So first of all, thanks for sitting down with us, James. I totally appreciate that.
You bet, man. I'm glad to be here. I love to talk, so I'm glad to listen.
Right on. What marketer doesn't like to talk? There's a few of us that pretend we're not a little bit narcissistic, but just a little bit there. It's in there. So tell everyone a little bit about you. This is the first time we sat down and had a chat, so tell me and them about you.
Yeah, absolutely. So, gosh, man, I've been doing this online marketing stuff full time since 2011, actually. I got started with online marketing in 2003, but I was really, really bad at it, which I think most people can probably relate to at some point. They were bad. But it took me about 8 years before I really got serious about it. And to make a really long story short, the company I worked for went through some job cuts. I ended up finding myself unemployed. And suddenly this thing that was a hobby was like, okay, I've got to make this work to pay my bills or else I can't feed my family. So that was in 2011. Started doing digital products in 2011, and just kind of, everybody likes to kind of pretend like they're the genius, and that everything they did was just like this brilliant, planned out move. I got lucky, man. I don't have a problem admitting that. I did some things right, but there was definitely a little bit of luck involved with the right timing and coming into the marketplace when things were very good for vendors. And I just took that little bit of luck and I decided to run with it. Instead of staying pigeonholed and just releasing WSOs, which is what everybody was doing at the time. I started doing other stuff. Of course, I built Product Pay, built the forum, and sold those in 2012. And then I became this weird hermit-like creature. So from 2012 until now, really, I've been working, like maybe 10, 15 hours a week, and just doing paid traffic to my own offers, running offers to my list, and as much as I'd like to tell you that I was out there changing the world, I've been playing a lot of video games.
Dude, it's funny, the more people I talk to, like, you'll get the guys that'll tell you that they're doing like, oh man, I'm grinding this out like every day. And it's like, I grind when I need to grind, and there's some stuff to grind on. But there's a reason that I own the latest Xbox, and there's a reason I own the best games on that Xbox, is because that's what we do. And that's the whole point. Like, most people that are watching this that will actually listen to me continue to talk, they want that particular type of lifestyle. Because, hey, it's nice when you can go in and you can run some offers in the morning, tweak it at noon, and then check it at like 5 p.m. And go about your day and still schedule that around. So you mentioned paid traffic, and we're talking about penny likes, penny clicks.
Yeah, so it's the course itself. It's called Penny Clicks, but it's kind of a misleading name because the clicks themselves that we're sending to our offers, a lot of times they're actually free clicks, and we're getting those clicks off of fan pages that have these huge engaged audiences. So we're spending less than a penny to get the like, and then we're getting clicks from that customer, if you will, over and over and over again for free after they're a fan.
Okay, so penny clicks, Facebook fan pages. So 2012, 2013 here. There's no way that you're possibly still doing this today and actually doing it because that fad has passed, right? Like everybody's on to something else, are they not?
Yeah, absolutely. In fact, it's funny you said that because I had a fan page and I had several fan pages back when it was like you set up a fan page, scrape some user IDs, ran some ads, didn't touch the fan page, just needed it to run the ad. And so I had all these fan pages sitting there that were basically dead. And then back in August, I kind of came out of my little retirement phase and decided, you know what, I want to build something new. I got kind of the fire again, I guess, if you will. And so I started doing this fan page stuff. And everybody's like, James, you can't do that. That doesn't work anymore. Fan pages are dead. The engagement, you got to pay to boost your post. And so I was like, man, I don't know what I'm getting into, but we just went with it, right? Sam is, a lot of people haven't heard of Sam because he's kind of an underground guy, behind the scenes guy, but he's my business partner. And so we said, you know what, we're just going to do this. And basically, we don't care what anybody else thinks. And so we built 3 fan pages and 3 super competitive, super tough niches. One of them was a survival market. That's a big market, but there's niches within that: fishing, hunting, all that kind of stuff. So we went after one of those niches. We went after a dog breed, not pit bulls. Everybody's done pit bulls.
I was gonna say.
We did a different dog breed, and we did one in a personal belief niche. And so we drove traffic to these pages, and yeah, we were getting the likes for a penny, and I was like, well, that's cool and everything, but getting penny likes doesn't really matter unless you can turn that into some kind of income stream.
For sure.
So we started running, basically just engaging with these audiences, and we started finding out that if you will do a fan page the correct way, where you're actually putting content up that people actually want to see and actually want to engage with, you don't need to do a whole bunch of paid traffic to the page. As far as you don't need to boost your posts and stuff. We had posts that we did not boost, that we didn't spend any money on, that have reached over 200,000 people organically.
So okay, let me get this straight. Because this is very, very clear that, like, we know this, right? Somebody comes up with something, marketers go in and fuck it up for everybody, and then everybody moves on, and then, because I found this, and I won't talk about the traffic source because we're talking about Facebook, but I'm using one of the old, trusted, true methods now because everybody evacuated because they think that it's dead. So you've hit that everybody's moved on kind of phase. And the question for me is, and probably some of these guys here that are watching, guys and girls, is you're James Sides. And this guy's a background guy. Can the average person who's watching this, because in the grand scheme of things, this fits in perfect with everything I've been talking about lately, can they just jump in and do this?
You know what? I am so glad you actually asked that. Because when I used to release products on a regular basis, it was always, I went in, I did something, I got a case study together, I released a product. And all the students, a lot of people would say, yeah, but that worked for you because you've been doing this for years and you know how to do this and this. So when I decided, you know what, it's time I release a new product after almost 5 years, I decided to go about it differently. I decided to maybe do a little extra work this time around. So I sent an email out to my subscriber list, and I said, look, I'm looking for 5 people or 10 people that I can take, put through this training, and the only stipulation is I won't charge you, but you've got to be willing to give me a video testimonial of whatever result you get. I don't want you to lie. I don't want you to fake it. I just want you to be honest with the result that you got. So I ended up getting a ton of applications. I chose basically like 10 people to put into this group. I think it was 13 actually is what we finally whittled it down to. We put them through this training. Now, it wasn't like coaching where I was getting on one-on-one calls. It wasn't like some people do where they do it for them and then say, oh, they got this result. These were people that had never ran Facebook advertising before. People from, young all the way up to elderly people who are retired, men and women, and they were able to get results. But here's the best part. One of them, two of them actually, kicked the crap out of my results. So I'm like, look, this is how you're going to get penny clicks. And I've got a guy in there who had never ran a Facebook ad. He's a retired guy, and he was getting Facebook likes, not just clicks, but the actual like for 0.4 of a cent, 0.4 cents. So he was
awesome.
Getting 2.5 likes per penny, whereas I'm only getting one. So I was like, man, I suck.
That's awesome. So basically, I mean, what you taught them though, right? Because this is the thing. I've been coaching for a long time. I've been helping out newbies and stuff like that. There's always something, right? Something that's not quite there. That's going to be that gap, right? From getting likes for like 50 cents to all the way up, and then you got to buy something else and come down. So is this course structured like that, or is the whole front end package? Because I mean, we talk about OTOs, but the front end package, can people get this plug in and realistically, if they follow it and listen, expect results like this?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, the thing is I don't believe in creating OTOs that are required to make a front end product work. And I'm not here to judge anybody else's business model. That's their thing. My thing is I put together a front end that is a complete A to Z program. And they go through that program and they can get whatever result that we're talking about on that sales page. Now, yes, there's definitely OTOs, but they're upgrade offers. So just, I don't know how deep you want me to get into them, but real quickly, there's 3 different upgrades in the package. One of them is a complete done-for-you thing where we went out there, tested niches for them, got results, and then we're going to give them, hey, here's the niche, here's the exact ad we ran, here's the exact targeting we did, and literally they can take that and then go put that into their, Facebook account and start running with those niches. So
how much is that one? Because I want to buy that one. So how much is that one? Because I hate working. I'm lazy.
Yeah.
What's that one worth?
That one we're actually doing $67 for. So it's
really?
cheap. Right?
I'm buying like 3.
Here's the really interesting thing about that. I've seen done for you packages in the past where they went out there and said, well, we're going to research this stuff. There's nothing wrong with that. They research it, they create an ad, they do all this stuff, and then they sell it to people. We didn't just research it. We tested it. We actually had these students in the case study group. They tested all these niches. So it wasn't us seasoned marketers testing it. It was actual, quote unquote newbies. And I hate that word, but we're not Facebook experts, testing this stuff. They were the ones getting the results. They ran it. We took them after about 10 to 14 days. That's how long we tested it. And then we said, okay, this is good. Let's put this in the package. And this one's good. Let's put this in the package. So they get those 10 niches. And then we also, it includes 3 case studies of actual campaigns that we've ran in our own business that they can also, learn from and kind of take away like our thought process of, what we're looking for when we're setting up our campaigns and things like that.
And so that's the first one? All that's in just the first one. Dope.
Yeah, that's just the first.
All right,
okay.
So what else we got?
The second one is a software bundle. And the software, it's 2 pieces of software. One is called Social Ad Suite Pro, and that is a Facebook ad builder.
Is that the one that you gave me like way back in the day? Because that one is cool. I didn't use it because I went with the whole group. Like I played with it a little bit, and then I went with the whole group. But man, that took all the pain in the ass work out of it. So that's cool. I'm glad it's that one because I can vouch for that 100%.
So that one is in there. 60 seconds ads. Basically, we've added a lot to it since we first did the beta on it. So it's got over 800 templates now. Over 1,000 extra graphics they can switch in and out of those templates. So they get that. The other one's called Social Pixel Suite. We've never released that one, and I made that one specifically for myself because I hate technical stuff. And one of the things with Facebook is when you are doing your Facebook ads, if you want to get the most out of it long term, you need to be setting up your pixels so that you can get your custom audiences and all that kind of stuff. You don't need to know all that to build a fan page and all that, but eventually you're going to go, you know what, I want to run other Facebook ads, and you're going to need those pixels set up. So that software basically, in a nutshell, lets them put in a few things, press a button and it spits out the code that they need to put on their page, so they're not like in there trying to like. Because if anybody knows anything about pixels, you got to go in there and like cut this part out and put this part in, and it's just.
Well, it's funny because I just did a training like 2 days ago on that. Like, it was just like, hey guys, check this out. No one's using this. Like, even the biggest marketers, they'll do a big launch and I never see their face on Facebook or YouTube or anywhere again. But when you're new and you're just trying to get the page figured out, you're getting that, like, the pixel is a little bit like, a little bit mind-blowing. So that sounds really cool. I actually think it just, see, like I said, guys, this fits into what we've been talking about. So that's, OTO2 is the two softwares. The one is going to be the ad builder, which is like 30 seconds ads. I can vouch for that. And the next one is Pixel. So if it's anything like the ad builder, that's going to be a phenomenal software as well.
Super easy to use. It's super easy to use. It doesn't require any kind of crazy, skills or anything. There's tutorials. They can go in there, like 60 seconds, have what they need. And that's the way we design it. And most of the software I do is designed with myself in mind, because I hate messing with technical stuff. Bam, Pixel software. I hate doing Facebook ads, like the creative part, because I suck at design. So it's like, bam, ad software. So that's number 2. That one is, I believe, 67. I had to think about it.
It's okay, I'm going to show them again at the end, so whatever. Everybody gives me, when I go on interviews, they're like, what, you don't know the price of your products? Like, dude, I have so much to do right now. I wrote that a while ago. We figured that out before. Like, just scroll down the JV page, man. Figure it out. So I'll make sure that I explain the prices in case it's lost.
Cool.
So we've already gone, what's the front end at, again, by the way? We didn't talk so much about that.
The front end, I do know the front end because I looked earlier. So the front end is going to, we decided it was going to be $37, and we decided instead to do an early bird. So it's going to start out at like $25. I think it's $25.95, and then every few hours that price is just going to slowly creep up until it hits that $37 mark, and that's going to be the price that at the end of the launch. It's a 72-hour launch. So at the end of the launch, we're not closing the product, but the price will go up. We'll start testing, and everybody listening, you should test. After the launch, we'll start testing the evergreen price point, $67, $97, $197. We'll kind of see what works the best. But during the launch, the most they'll pay for it is $37, and if they act fast, they can even get it for like $25.
Okay, so bare bones, like today we're doing this interview. What the hell day is it? It's Wednesday, right?
Wednesday.
And you guys launch on
Friday,
right. So I will have this video out on Wednesday night. You got 2 days to prepare, and then you want to grab this puppy early, and I'm going to figure out some cool bonuses and stuff that I can throw in there for you guys. But at the end of the day, James, I'm going to say this, and I'm putting you on the spot right now. I like to add people to my Behind the Hype group. I'm not going to lie to you. Like, some people don't really ask questions, but I like to have the vendors in there when I do the review videos, so that if anyone has any questions, you're there to answer that. Is that cool with you? If I put you there, you can like help them out if they need anything, maybe even say some cool stuff?
No, never.
Do not buy this product. James is not willing to help you.
Yeah, of course, man. Add me in there. I'm more than happy to.
Buy this product. James is here to help you. Conflicting marketing messages all the way. Okay, so last thing, I just want to know, like, if you're sitting there and you were to decide who the ideal person for this product is, when you sat down and you created this, and I know that you're not just the guy who's going to be about putting the product together, you had a person in mind. You had a type of individual who's been somewhere, who's maybe not achieved stuff. Who is the person that this product is for, and how's it going to benefit them moving forward?
Yeah, absolutely. So basically, the problem, and I'll try to keep this short because I like to talk. The problem I see with most people in internet marketing is they're buying products that are probably really good products, but they're probably very complicated. They require them to understand some maybe complicated concepts, or to, for example, if you're trying to launch products, you've got to have that whole celebrity status or at least expert status built. If you're trying to do software, you've got to, hire developers. There's just all these great business models that include some really difficult or at least challenging steps. And so this is basically for those folks that maybe they've wanted to get into paid traffic. They know that that's the right way to go, but number one, maybe they don't have the budget for it because, you know, you start talking to guys and they're going, oh, yeah, I spend $500 a day. And it's like, okay, you know, most people can't do that. Or you're talking to guys and they're like, yeah, you got to test, man, test 50 ads and find the one that's winner and then scale that one up. And it's like, again, that's really awesome when you have a $30,000 a month business and you can do that. But if you're the
or
guy
you've got all day to sit there and do it, dude. Sorry, but that one chaps my ass. It's like, hey, Joe, you're going to wake up this morning, you're going to put an ad in, but I need you to do 5 different tests with age demographics, where they're doing this, where they're doing that, and you need to have those 5. Check those in about 20 minutes, then do another 5, and then you'll take away. Dude, people don't have time for that stuff, you know?
Well, and that's the reason that most, you know, quote unquote gurus, most of the really big guys, they don't run their own traffic. You know, they hire the Facebook ad agency to run their ads, and then of course, you know, that's how they handle that because it's a really big job. I mean, I have friends that are doing $400,000, $500,000 a month, but they'll tell you firsthand that they have a person that works full time doing nothing but Facebook ads. Like they're not in there doing that themselves. There's no way if you do that, you can't work in all the other parts of your business. So this is for the people that are probably working a full-time job right now. They probably have maybe an hour to 2 hours a day to work on this business, and that's it. And so here's the way we do this. And I'll tell you guys right now that are listening to this, you know, I have a really busy lifestyle. So first of all, I'm a father. I'm actually a grandfather. I have three step grandchildren that are here like all the time. Most of the time. I run a software business. I run a webinar business, right? So I'm doing webinars. I'm doing software. I'm going to classes, like actual, like local, leave my house, go to class, learning to code.
Wow.
And still, I have time to do this stuff as well because it just doesn't take very long. Typically, we spend about 2 to 3 hours a month setting up our content, not per day, like 1 day per month at the beginning or the end of the month before. Like, so for November, it would be the end of October, we'd sit down and schedule all of November's content. And we just put that in there, and then it just drips out. So then on a daily basis, the only thing that we have to do, because our ad, once it's set up, yeah, we check it once a day to make sure it's like nothing is like blown up and went haywire. But once you have your ad set up, we don't split test anything. We're like, it's working. Don't touch it, which is another big thing I'm sure you've seen. People have something that's working, and then they've been told to test, so they're like, oh, I'm going to test this, and then they break it, and then they can't get it to work again. I have found in my business when something is working, I don't touch it for any reason.
Yeah, just keep rolling it out, man. Like, yeah, good. I like that. It sounds like it's for people. So the one thing we didn't touch on, and I want to cut off thought because you're a talker, and if I don't now, you're going to keep going. So the one thing I noticed is we're talking about penny likes, less than penny clicks, those types of things. But you did mention that there's, because it's all well and fine if we can all get likes and stuff, but you mentioned an element of profitability and stuff like that. So let's not go pie in the sky. I'm sure the sales page will do all of that and get us emotional and all that stuff. But what's a realistic figure that someone who's doing this, kind of just a ballpark, I know, like we all know, and we should be very clear now after listening to Bill for a certain period of time, that you can't give guarantees. But what's a realistic expectation from start to page to, like, just for everyone who's listening to me knows, like, you get in this for the long haul, but we got to have those short little wins, right? So the links, the clicks, the likes, that's going to get the short wins, but the biggest short win that everyone's looking for is an income. So what's a good realistic expectation for them of that?
Yeah, I'm glad you asked. So basically, and I am super conservative with people when they ask that kind of question. Like if somebody comes in and in 30 days they're able to generate an income of $50 to $100 a profit, not gross, but profit per week, I consider that a win, right? Yeah. I mean, that's, to me, if somebody said, "Hey, I'm making $200 a month off of this page that, you know, I'm not having," and I don't mean $200 and then you take out your ad cost. I mean $200, like you get to take that and go pay a car payment.
Property tax for a year. You don't have to worry about it. You're good. Like that, everybody wants to do the big words. So yeah, no, that's cool. I like that.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for people. And then as they grow their page, guess what? You got a bigger audience. You're going to be able to put more offers out there. You're going to be able to make more sales. More sales means more money. And for the people that are like super go-getters, maybe they want to do 3 pages. Maybe they want to do 5 pages. I don't recommend you do a ton of pages. I recommend you just throw a couple of pages to really big numbers. But yeah, I mean, the scalability is pretty much, I don't want to say infinite, but very scalable. But starting out, man, just shoot for 50 to $100 a week.
Yeah.
Get the car payment made, get the utility bill taken care of, whatever.
So you've got basically the way it's set up is it sounds like it's going to be good for anyone. So I have veteran marketers on here as well that they're running their businesses, they're doing their thing. So this has the scalability power for them. So if they want to come in, get their little teams of VAs to go out and just attack the shit out of this, they can. But if you're Johnny still going to work tomorrow, average person, a good range to shoot for is 50 to $100 a week, and you can do that just building and growing one thing, right?
Right, exactly right.
Cool. So you know what? I think we've covered everything that people would need to know about this. I mean, if there's any last words or things like that, I mean, I honestly think this is probably the best interview the internet has ever seen, mainly because it's us. But if there's any last things that you want to put on here, by all means, like just this is the last. Let them know what's popping kind of deal.
Yeah, I mean, basically, I probably covered everything because I talked, throughout it. But I mean, it's just one of those things where we did it. We did an internal offer to my list. People loved it. We said, you know what? Let's get this out into the public. Again, we put students through it. Students who had no previous results, they were able to make it work. I just got a testimonial like 2 days ago from a guy that was like, James, I'm finally getting my ads up. On day 3, he's getting 0.7 cent likes. And the thing is the one thing I did mention, and I want people to understand is they say the money's in the list. The money's in the list. It is 100% in the list. But when they say list, it doesn't have to be an email list. I mean, my fan pages are my audiences, and I can treat them like an audience, and I can engage with them and grow that relationship. And when I put an offer out to them, guess what? It's just like an email list. The last one, I wish I could show this, but I'd have to give away our main niche. But the last one we did a post, I guess about 5 days ago now. And so far, and I can show you this after the interview so you can verify and make sure I'm not lying about anything. But it got like 900 reactions. It got over 200 comments, and it got over 400 shares. And this was a sales post.
Nice.
This was not a meme. Oh, look, a funny clown. This was selling something, and that's what it got. And all those reactions were likes, laughs, and loves. There was no hate.
And people tagging their buddies, because if someone sees the post, they're like, Jim Martin, and then they just leave it there, and he comes in and runs it. Yeah, no, that's cool. But, dude, you just made a really good point, and honestly, I don't care about the verification for one reason. I've been watching this on your Facebook post for a while now. I know how you started it out. I forgot before I asked you, but it's all starting to come together. But the most important point that I got here, even though we have a really good interview, is I think that lists are not just email lists, and I think that's so important. For me, I've got my YouTube pixels, I've got my Facebook pixels, I've got my email list, and I've uploaded them to my other, I have people everywhere and data everywhere that I can leverage to create an income off of. And so when I don't feel like using my email list, I can use this. So regardless of this course, just in business and everything in life, make sure that you gather as much data and lists as you can, because it's going to help you in the long run. I think that was such a good point, man. Well done. I'm going to say that's it for this one, guys. Go out, pick this up. Check out the bonuses down below, because it's going to be a good one. You get in early, you're going to get it for 25 bucks. If not, you're going to get 37, and they're good marketers, so they're going to test 97. They'll probably test 197. They're going to test 147. They're going to test this out, and honestly, with the expectation that he's putting out there on what you could do in a conservative fashion, I think this is something that you guys are going to absolutely love, and we've been talking a lot about paid traffic lately. So go in, check this offer out, check out the bonuses, and there will be particular bonuses for each level of what you grab in the funnel. James Sides, thank you very much for jumping on Behind the Hype, and we will see you inside the group, my man. Later, guys.
All right.